All right, welcome to the North Alabama Weather Network nightly weathercast here on the 19th of November in 2025. The time is 10:21. This is going to be our 10:30 weathercast. Been a mild week so far. We're expecting rain Friday. Um, Fairview and Good Hope, Fairview Aggies and the Good Hope Raiders play tomorrow night. So it's going to be interesting here as we move on. All right, and let's look at the local radar here for North Alabama. As you can see, we got looks like some showers around Lexington, north of the Shoals right now, and some small showers in southern Tennessee, west of Lawrenceburg, north of Collinwood. But for the rest of the area, it is a case of severe clear. But out in Oklahoma right now, we have severe thunderstorm warnings for the Oklahoma City metro, and we got severe thunderstorm warnings for Stillwater, and a severe thunderstorm warning west of Tulsa. So they're dealing with their severe weather issues. Looks like it's going to be like an isolated tornado or two, and maybe uh, some quarter-size hail and winds up to 60 miles an hour. But here's the temperatures here back at home in North Alabama today. Right now, they're in the low to mid 60s from north to south, low to mid 60s. Tuscaloosa and Birmingham, it looks like are hot spots right now, probably around 70 degrees. That urban island heat effect cooking up right now. But as we go off to our west here, here's our marginal risk. Here's our day one convective outlook. We got a marginal risk all the way from east of Tucson, Arizona, all the way back up to Springfield, Missouri. We got one for marginal risk for Dallas, Wichita, Fort Worth, Abilene, Lubbock, Oklahoma City, Springfield, and Killen in Roswell, New Mexico. So it's gonna be we got rain moving in. With our next storm system's coming in. All right, here's our day two convective outlook. We got a marginal risk for Dallas, Fort Worth, McAllister, Fort Smith, and Fayetteville, Arkansas, and Waco, Texas, and Austin, Texas as well. We have a general thunderstorm risk here at home for North Alabama from Detroit, uh, Carbon Hill, Dodge City north, up into North Alabama, including Jackson and DeKalb and Marshall counties. Just a general thunderstorm risk. Just ain't expecting too much in rain tomorrow, but that will change on Friday. Well, we're expecting off and on showers and some thunderstorms for Friday. I mean, we got a general thunderstorm risk for the northern two-thirds of Alabama and all of Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, Arkansas, Louisiana. I mean, it's going to be a rainy day Friday, as some would say. But here's our 7-day outlook so far. We've already had Monday, Tuesday. Today the high got up to 76 if you're in Coleman. But tomorrow for Coleman, we're going to have a high of 76 with a 10% chance of rain. Lows down in the 60s. Friday, it's going to be a 60% chance of rain with highs in the high 60s, lows in the mid 50s. Saturday and Sunday, we got rain chances around 60%, highs in the high 60s and lows in the low 50s. I'm gonna move on to our uh, models here for the rest of the week. This is 3 o'clock today. As we go on here, here's 12 o'clock tomorrow morning, Thursday the 20th, and Here's our ongoing storms and stuff in northeast Oklahoma and east Texas. That should move off into Arkansas just as a rainmaker. But as we keep going here, it's just going to be a more rain. We're going to have a chance of severe weather tomorrow. Marginal risk out around Dallas, Oklahoma City, east of Oklahoma City, around Fayetteville, Arkansas. Going to be possibly a line of thunderstorms. Gusty winds, isolated tornado, maybe. And I would say the hail threat is very limited tomorrow. But as you can see as well, we got rain moving in, trying to move in north of the area here. Looks like it's going to be, looks like from what the GFS is showing here for 3 o'clock tomorrow evening, we're going to have looks like either a showers or a thunderstorm moving in around the shoals, Rogersville, Lexington, and North Tennessee. Looks like it's going to be a wet day for Tennessee tomorrow. But as we keep going here, on the 6 a.m. the 21st, here's our front coming in for Friday, or here's going to be our rainmaker. And as you can see here, it's going to be it's going to be off and on showers, 60% chance of rain for Friday. It ain't going to rain all day, but your totals are going to vary. So if you're south of Interstate 20, your totals are going to vary from a half inch to barely anything at all. But if you're north of I-20, you could get rain from a half inch to an inch, all the way back up to Florence and Muscle Shoals. But as we keep on going here, the 6 a.m. the 22nd, that Saturday, you see, it looks like we're going to have lingering showers. Yesterday's model was showing that Mobile, Montgomery would have lingering showers, but it looks like it's going to be Birmingham, Huntsville, Gadsden, and Fort Payne with the lingering showers. I mean, it ain't gonna rain all day. No washout. The sun should come out later that evening as the front keeps moving through. But if the temperatures are gonna stay the same, as I'm about to pop them up right here. Yeah, temperature's gonna be up in the low to mid 60s for your Saturday. Great day for the uh, Eastern Illinois game at Alabama and Tuscaloosa. So that's going to be a great day for that. But as we go back to the radar here for the composite, as you can see, your next week, starting Sunday, it's going to be nice. I mean, the weekend's going to be nice. You're going to have a great weekend, a great start of the next week from Monday at 6 a.m. But as you look off to the west, we have it looks like a line of batch of showers and storms. That's going to be our next weather maker. We're going to watch to see if that comes in and produces any severe weather, or if it's just going to be just rain. But where that determines to be foreseen as, but it looks like we got a line of from what the GFS on. We got a line of storms coming in Little Rock and Jonesboro and St. Louis at the at 6 a.m. on the 24th. So we'll have to keep an eye on that for Monday. But as we keep rolling forward here, as you can see on the 12 a.m. the 25th, that Tuesday, you see the front is around Memphis, and it looks like showers and storms trying to come in here for the 26th. Around 3 p.m., you see we got what the GFS showing us. Looks like a line of storms coming in along a broken cold front, what it looks like. But it's still that would be a good rain. That would be a good shot of rain. Determined to be seen if there's going to be any severe weather. We're still a week out, 5 days out or so, something like that. So it determines to be seen if we have any severe weather with this. But as we keep going forward, it looks like for the GFS for the 27th, I'm going to say, go here, the 27th is Thanksgiving. It looks like what the GFS is correct. We would have a soaking rain for the 27th for Thanksgiving. If the GFS is correct, and it would linger on until about 6 p.m. on Thanksgiving for North Alabama. It'd start clearing out into Georgia, but South Alabama would have around Montgomery, it'd be raining still all day if the GFS is true. But as we all know, it can change, and it probably will change. But if the GFS is correct, the 28th as well, the day after Black Friday, it will be a soaking rain. I'm gonna look at the temperatures here, and we're gonna take a look at the surface-based cape too when we're at it, just to see. And if the GFS is correct here, south of I-20, we have a chance for maybe a small window of brief severe weather south of Tuscaloosa, around west of Montgomery, near Clanton, places like that. But if the GFS is correct, we would have 3 days in a row of straight rain. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that and see how it changes. Could there be potential for severe weather? Absolutely. I mean, it's that we're in the start of the tornado season, but we can't be too for sure. A week out. I mean, we just have to keep an eye on the data. But if GFS is correct, we would have to crank those rain chances up for the end of the next week for Thanksgiving week. But as we keep going, as you can see, the storm system lifts off to the northeast. It'd be an absolute soaker for New York in the northeast. But we're gonna move over here to the temperatures real quick. Your cold weather, we're expecting a cold air mass pushing in. As you can see, this sharp gradient here around Huntsville, Tuscaloosa, south into Hattiesburg, Mississippi. If this is correct, at 9 p.m. on the 28th, we could have a sharp cold front with your Arctic air coming in. Already looking like it. Temperatures could be below freezing around 3 a.m. in the shoals in Huntsville. And places are like Hamilton and Marion and stuff like that, or Marion County, Detroit, and Lamar County could be below freezing. But as we keep going, 6 a.m. the 29th, I mean, it's going to be cold. Here, I mean, the Arctic air it will be moving in. I mean, it's going to change eventually, but it's going to be staying cold. I mean, it's going to be, temperature is going to be down into the high 20s, below freezing, 6 a.m. on the 30th, if the GFS is correct. But other than that, we get looks like, on the 2nd, my birthday, of course, the temperatures could warm back up as another front comes through. But that determines to be seen, as that's like 2 weeks out. So, but that's gonna be it here. I appreciate everyone watching. Second video, I feel a lot better. Well, our next update will be tomorrow night. I hope everybody has a great evening, and God bless.